you guys get a little bit of information about what's going on. So up here we have on the screen we have a bunch of different content creators and various different content that they're putting. So this is basically just taking a look at the natural hair care journey, and the reason why this is so powerful. And I guess before we'll even jump into that, I just want to highlight some of the things. So if you guys take a look right here, you're gonna see 94K. That's the amount of views that this video has, and this is about 11 months. So anywhere between the first day and 11 months time afterwards, it's accumulated nearly 100,000 views. This one here has 411,000 views, and it's only been up there for 9 months. Um, this one right here has 709,000 views, and it was uploaded about 2 years ago. So why this is really powerful is because there are always going to be people who are going to be looking for ways to be able to deal with their hair care situation, whatever that may be. So for some people, it may be that their hair is dry. For some, it might be that their hair is brittle. Some, it's that their hair is a lot more tightly curled. So all types of different things are going to have different solutions, and people who typically deal with hair that's going to be similar to yours are going to be the ones that are going to be able to give you some of the best details. However, you can mix and match because there may be certain situations that you have that apply to you that are, are from hair that is similar to yours, like the person who is talking about it has similar hair to yours, or they deal with people who have similar hair to yours. But then there's also going to be some people who have, it could be slightly different, it could be vastly different, but just some of the details that they use, maybe they're using hair care that just smells really good. Maybe they're using hair care that involves something that you wouldn't typically take a look at. Like some people, they have their hair short, but if you're looking to grow your hair, and some of the people who have shorter hair or typically have shorter hair because they don't know some of the tricks of the trade as to how to make their hair grow longer, you can look at some of the other people who have different content. So that's why it's good to have kind of an overarching understanding of a lot of different content creators. So anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into, I think we'll get into this right here, and we're gonna see what she has available on her video when it comes to hair care, and I'll show you guys exactly how it is that you can use that to your benefit in ways that you probably didn't think of before. Okay, so we're gonna stop the video right there, and I'm just gonna add in a few details. And there's a bunch of really powerful information that we have here. So as you can see, she's giving you a lot of little gems about what it is that can be used specifically for her styling of hair or her type of hair, and then she's using all natural ingredients to make product that's going to allow her to do what it is that she needs to do for her natural hair, um, her hair care process, right? So on the one hand, her having that knowledge, she's able to give you tidbits, which is gonna help people to want to engage you more because they're learning something that they may not have known before. For example, she's talking about the fenugreek seeds that she's using that's going to help with detangling your hair. Um, that in itself is powerful because there are many people who struggle with having knotted up or matted hair, right? So if you have situations where it's going to make it a lot easier for you to comb through your hair, because that's one of the biggest problems is when you're combing your hair, the pain that comes with that because it's too tangled, it's too knotted. That's going to be one of the powerful things. So that's the reason why people want to engage your information, is because you're giving them gems. It's like when you take a look at the what they call the law of reciprocity, which it means essentially if you give to somebody, they're more likely to give back. It may not be in the same way. Obviously, you don't want people giving you something back that you don't find valuable. But by you giving value, typically what people will do is they'll end up giving back value because they found it. It's the same way that you expect up in a store, except the store has specific rules where you you basically are giving something of value, aka your money, your currency, and then in exchange you're getting products or services back, right? So you have that as one of the things that's powerful when it comes to content creation. Another thing that's powerful is that if she wanted to, she can take this very same process and then start to manufacture her own specific product, her own natural hair care products, which she can bottle up, brand up, things of that nature. And then she can use her platform, which has, just on this video alone, has nearly, I shouldn't say nearly, but it has about 700,000 views just on this one video alone. So let's say, for example, it takes 1,000 views for somebody, like to find somebody who's willing to buy a product from this specific channel. That means that 700 people on average are going to buy a product. So by doing the simple math, you can take that equation, you can take that information right there just to figure out what it is you need to do. So if it takes 1,000 people to view your specific video in order for you to get somebody who's actually willing to buy, and it may be less, it may be more, it depends. I'm just saying in the case that that's what's happening, you end up getting 700 customers out of this one video. And let's say, for example, the product that you have, you're selling it for $24.99, so $25. That means all you have to do is you just have to take your calculator, 700 times 25. So after those 700 customers buy a product, like say if it's just the one product, you can have multiple different products that they buy, but let's just say you only have the one product to start off with. That means that you should expect to make $17,500 just off of this one video, and that's just one product, right? This is, we've only gone into about uh, less than 2 minutes of this video, and we've already learned a ton, right? Now, for those who just gained information from that, they're gonna want to stay engaged because they want to know what else is gonna be coming inside the video. So let's say, for example, she didn't have her own product where she's giving you details as to how to do certain things, and this can go for any hair care product or any hair care styling really. She may have a specific product that she likes from a specific brand that she wants to incorporate inside her video. A way that she can also capitalize off that is if that same brand has a partnership program or an affiliate program where you can partner up and get a percentage of the sale. So by marketing the product, you get a percentage of the sale, whatever that percentage would be. Then that's another way you can make money, and that's actually one of the most powerful ways that people make money online. So when you hear about e-commerce, things of that nature, it's typically because a lot of people they start off with affiliate marketing where they don't have to do a lot of the legwork. They don't have to do the packaging, the shipping, the customer service, all the other stuff. All they're doing is they're just marketing it. So they're basically getting in touch with other people through platforms like YouTube, social media. There's a whole bunch of different ways. TikTok, you name it. There's all these different ways. But what they do is by positioning the product inside their video, showing how it can be used, how to engage with it, things of that nature, then it helps other people make a buyer's decision, an informed decision as to whether it is they want to buy it. And because they like the person's personality, they like the way they talk, they like the way that they dress, they just like the product itself, whatever's the reason, it's going to trigger them to be able to make a decision. Once they make a decision, if they purchase through the person's link because they want to support the person, they just click on the link, they end up making a purchase. The person gets a percentage of the sale, which it can be anywhere from like 5 to 20%. It can be lower, it can be higher. I'm just saying, like, just for a good place to like gauge if you're looking for a way to think of what it is that you may get out of the product. That's what happens. So the company is benefiting because they have people who are helping them to market, which means that people that they otherwise may not never have been able to reach, they can reach because that person's network or whoever it is that they engage with can now see the benefits of the product, and then that person benefits because the person's getting paid. And it allows the person to also be basically their own boss, whereas they have a lot of creative freedoms. Obviously, you can't just do whatever you want, but you can have a lot of creative freedoms in terms of being able to have your own home business. You're able to, wear clothes that you like within taste. Obviously, you don't want to tarnish the brand, so you don't want to be actively doing things that may hurt your relationship with the brand or hurt your relationship with the customer. So you always want to keep that in mind. But other than that, it's essentially your specific brand, and it gives you a lot of freedom to do a lot of things. So people who are looking for ways that they can make money at home, for whatever reason that is, if you want to have a home office, which is something beneficial, especially if you have a mortgage that you need to pay. If you're looking for ways to kind of substantiate not having to pay exorbitant amounts in terms of taxes, or to be able to get whatever benefits it is of having a home office. And again, you're going to want to speak with your accountant to figure out what's the best situation for you. This is one of the ideas that you can have, right? So affiliate marketing, selling personal products. Then as well, you also have the advantage of, if it is that you do have a substantial enough following, you can get revenue by having what they call AdSense. So you can have AdSense in different things, but when we're speaking specifically about YouTube, YouTube allows you to make money based upon the amount of people that view your video, and then by them interacting with your video, it allows you to get a specific percentage of money because they viewed your video, or they clicked on a video, or they clicked on an ad. There's different parameters with it, but just to give you kind of an idea, essentially, if you get a certain amount of views, it's going to translate into a certain amount of actions that happen with people. People will engage in your content in certain ways, and that's going to result in you getting money that you're able to also add into your repertoire. So these are things that you guys want to take a look into when you're looking for ways to make money online, or just ways to make money in general, right? So her niche, her category that she's specifically doing, is she's doing her hair care routine, but because her hair is what they call 4C, it's going to cater to a lot of people who have 4C, which is a little bit more tightly curled hair, right? And because her hair is typically the type of hair that's either brittle or short, she is showing the benefit of her using her hair care routine to be able to grow her hair very long. If you guys saw earlier on, her hair is actually very lengthy, which in a lot of cases you don't necessarily see with everybody, because not everybody understands how it is that they can take care of their hair to make it grow. I mean, there's protective styling, there's ways of wrapping it, there's depending on what it is that you use to actually stimulate the hair growth, the follicles, things of that nature. There's all types of different things, but she's giving you kind of her repertoire, and if you click on her channel, there's going to be more content that's going to relate to what it is that she has to offer. Okay, so again, when we're taking a look at the actual benefit of just off the one product. So let's say this is just the one product that she had that was selling for $25. If she's selling her own product, she can expect to make this amount of money off of it, but that's the amount of money that she's making off of the cost of the or that's what she's making off of the product itself. There's going to be other things that are involved, but to keep it simple, we'll take a look at that. If you were to add another product, or if you were to add um, you know more products, then it can differentiate. The more products you add is the more chances you have to make money, right? So this could be one product. There may be like a hair oil that's also incorporated that maybe is another $5 or something of that nature, and maybe it doesn't make 25 people sell. Maybe only 15 people end up buying the hair oil, but then the same 25 are able to buy the the product that you're seeing right in front of you. Then you just add those together, and then you add the next product, and however many products it is, you just add however many sales it is within the month, and then you get to figure out how much it is you make per month. So if she's able to sell the 25 bottles of this product in a month, she just made herself nearly $20,000 for the month. Repeats that again the next month, 20. So essentially, she's making $20,000 a month. And to give it perspective, we'll still use the 17,500, but it's easier if you round it oftentimes. So 17,500. If we round that up to a year, just to like on average, if every month we repeat the same process just off the one product, multiply that by 12, you've made yourself, this is before taxes obviously, but you've made yourself $210,000 for the year. Think how powerful that is. So when you hear about people, talking about how money's scarce and how all that money is it's an exchange of value. That's all it is. So somebody is giving you something of value for something that it is that you're giving of value, or some things that you're giving of value. That's really all it is. When you hear about all the people making tons of money, like, the whole idea is, and you don't even have to be a super wealthy person. You may not even be a person who makes even this amount of money. You might make less, you might make more. But maybe this amount of money is not important to you. Maybe just enough to be able to do the things you want to do is important. So if you're doing things that you naturally do, you can make content off of the things you naturally do. And that in itself is important, because if you're already doing it, it's something that either you enjoy doing or it gives you a result that you enjoy doing. That's all well and fine. All you're doing is creating content based upon the things that you need, or people that you care about need, or an audience that you think could benefit from the things that you have available in terms of skills. That's really all you need to do. You don't have to be looking for a million different ways to get rich, because money isn't everything. There's people who make millions of dollars who aren't necessarily happy because they're doing work they don't want to do. So find out the things that you want to do. If you like helping people, then help people. Find ways that you can help people by helping yourself, and in ways that you're not gonna feel bogged down hating your job, and hating a lot of the situations. But anyway, we'll go back to this again. If you are somebody who, you just want to be able to have like a nice small home or something like that, like maybe even a townhouse is something that you're cool with living with, but you want to be able to pay enough for your bills and to be able to travel. You want to be able to have a nice vehicle. You want to be able to, help out some of your family members, whatever your case may be. And maybe all that amount is, it costs you 75,000 a year. Maybe you're not used to having any more than 30,000 a year, but if you could make 75,000 a year, you could help out your family. You can sustain the lifestyle that you want to actually have. You can have your own homestead, things like that. Then all you have to do is do the simple math, and then anything else that you make on top of that is basically what you can save, so that you can help out more. You can improve upon whatever business it is, you know, things of that nature. Have money for rainy days, whatever it is that your case may be. That's all that you're really doing. That's all that you're really doing, is you're helping people out. You're not doing things because you want to brag, because bragging, it's all well and fun to, have good times and do little fun things, but just know that oftentimes when you brag and stuff like that, it can make other people that you wouldn't even think would get jealous. It can make them get jealous, and the type of damage that jealousy can do, it's not something that you really want to get into. So again, you want to be looking for as much positivity as possible. It's easy to find negativity. It's a lot more difficult to find positivity. So if you do if you do the hard work that's looking for the brighter side in life, you find your little lane, and then you work towards improving upon that lane, and that's all you really have to do. Everything else kind of just falls into place. And then, if you see other people that need help and you feel like extending the help, you can do it on your own terms. I'm basically a proponent. I'm somebody who believes in, there isn't really any such thing as really retirement. Like, retirement isn't really what you think it is. If you actually speak with a lot of the people who get involved in retirement, quote unquote, they end up miserable in retirement. It's because we're not really meant to like stop doing things. Like, we're meant to like keep moving. It's like a generator. If you know what a generator is, or if you know what a motor is, or an engine, these things are meant to like be used so that they can keep things running. They help to keep things running. When they're not moving, same thing with, like, if your body's not moving, your legs aren't moving, then your body stops functioning the way it's meant to. It stops producing the electricity that we need in order to function properly. And the electricity does a lot more than just allow you to move. It allows you to fight off sickness. It allows you to think clearly. It allows you to digest things properly or more efficiently. It allows you to fight off all types of things that, you wonder why 10 years down the line why it is that you're sick and you were so healthy before, is because there's certain things that you were doing that you aren't doing now, and or when you were younger you had like a much healthier system. As we grow, we oftentimes get into habits that aren't healthy for us, because you're young, your system was already basically primed to be at its, like, I shouldn't say necessarily its best, but it's at a high rate of efficiency. But as we start, we start eating more and more snacks, we start being less active, we're spending less time outdoors, we're not getting enough sun, we're not getting enough oxygen, we have stressful situations, whether it's your job, family issues, whatever the case may be. All these things end up adding up into things that cause problems, stress, disease, things of that nature. But when you're on your purpose basically requires you to do all the things that help to maintain you. They require you to be healthy. They require you to engage in healthy things. They require you to be moving about. They require you to be accountable, sufficient, things of that nature. So as you can see, this young lady, she has her own business going on where she's able to show you just based off of what she's doing. I don't know anything about her business other than I know that she's created content which has garnered 700,000 views just on this video alone, and I know that there's plenty of other videos she has that have done even more than that. Either way, just off of the content alone, she has a business. Just off that, there's energy exchange. She's giving something of value. People are giving her views in exchange. There's so many different things you can do with views just alone, and there's a bunch of other things. But I hope this was motivational, and you guys can take a look at that. Um, there's more in-depth things that I can look into, but what I want you guys to let me know in the comments what it is that you liked about the video, what it is that you didn't necessarily understand or you want to understand more about, and then I'm gonna create some content around that to help you understand how it is that you can do more, because I know a lot of people are new in this space when it comes to e-commerce, content creation, all these different things. A lot of people are just used to having a job and a business are quite different. It's kind of the same way as like a job and a career are quite different. So you guys let me know what it is you liked and what it is you want to see more of, and we're gonna build this thing up. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys on the next video.